Number one, clarity of purpose. You have to know exactly what it is that you want to do, and you need to set a goal and have a plan for achieving that goal. Number two, perseverance. You have to be able to continue even when the feelings that prompted you to take that action in the first place are long gone. You can't give up. You have to be relentless and continue to focus on your goal no matter what happens. Number three, surround yourself with positive people. People who are going to help and contribute to helping you reach those goals. Nothing is neutral. It either helps you towards your goals, but either takes away. Even if you're not moving by default, it's taken away from your goals.
You know, there are steroids involved in the sport, okay, in bodybuilding, obviously, and that's the problem with our sport, and that's why it hasn't got accepted by a lot of society, because they look at the bodybuilding and they say, oh, steroids. Mm-hmm. But they don't understand what actually goes into the sport.
You gotta remind yourself that you can't win everything. You're gonna win some, you're gonna lose some. I want people to sit back and say, yo, Usain Bolt, when he was, back in his days, he was really the best. He made this game untouchable.
How do I define effort? Effort, I define it in two ways. The first would be time. If you look at someone's life and you look at what they spend their time in, you can tell pretty easily what's important to them, because they're putting in that time, and that's the effort that they're putting in from their life. The second way that I define effort is through sacrifice. Anything worth having is going to require sacrifice. If you're willing to put in that work to achieve that goal, to achieve that end result, you've put in that sacrifice, you've put in that effort to get there. So I would say it's time and sacrifice. What does it take to succeed? Succeeding really means something different to everyone. So the first thing and the most important thing really is for you to figure out what does success look like to you. Once you've figured out what success looks like to you, then it's really important for you to figure out a plan on how you want to achieve those goals. So you figure out what your goals are and what that means to you. Set up your plan with milestones that has short-term goals and longer-term goals for you to eventually get to that point of success that you have. And then it's really about just being smart enough to learn through the journey how to adjust your goals or how to adjust the steps to reach that goal so that you can actually achieve it in the end. But at the end of the day, success really is just finding joy in your life. Because some people define success as money, some people define it as relationships, and other people define it as other things. But at the end of the day, if you have joy in your heart, then you really, and you like what you're doing, you're happy with your life, then you've been successful.
But somewhere along the line, you changed. You stopped being you. You let people stick a finger in your face and tell you you're no good. And when things got hard, you started looking for something to blame, like a big shadow. Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward.